All right. We are playing our rapid game. I said I wasn't, or I said told myself I wasn't going to record, and then I decided to just record. So, um, yeah, good job, Chris. Let's see, sorry, I'm trying to get the timers and stuff going. Okay, let's see, where are we at? Yeah, sometimes they capture back. No. Okay, so now we get to try out, what is it? It's 2 moves. I think the course I have has me coming here. Then you go back. I did not actually review, but I know for sure this is a move because it allows for a little bit of a trap. Yeah, and this is a kind of a painful end game to deal with, just in general. All right, let's see. So that's defended. Let's just wanting to finish development. There is a possibility of like coming here to attack this one, but then it's like your boy's not going anywhere. Okay, creating lift for your boy. That's good. Let's see. How do we want to do this? Rooks to the center. Trying to protect this pawn. Idea of coming here to here. um Really? I guess we are a pawn up, so trading wouldn't be too bad. I mean, it's not perfect, but we might be getting another piece. Right. So what if I take here, you take, I take, yeah, no. Okay, so now what are we looking at? Takes, takes, here. So there is a threat. Here, takes, takes. I don't think it's a full give up of the rook, but it's one of those where we technically have enough okay. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Yeah, it should be right. So now we're just a piece up. Not the easiest conversion. Well, no, it's never going to be the easiest conversion. There's no checks. King has to move. Okay. Unfortunate. Yeah, unfortunate. Unfortunate. But Dr. Hart, use your time. Look at that, 15. You may not be able to see it, right? Can we see their time, Coach? Yeah, our setup is it's refining to something real. Okay. Now analysis board, and we're going to hey, look, I'm professional. So now let's go through the analysis real fast. This was a pretty straightforward game. I think I want to check my opening file, but I'm pretty sure it has me coming back here for some reason. But here's the thing: is I can't I can't quite remember why, if I'm being honest. Yeah. So we'll look at it. But this is a very, at least in the Scotch, this is fine. I think there's another move which is here, to which you actually come out this way, right? Hoping that they take, and then you put your knight here. Now, we don't get these mainline Scotches enough to know, like, the deep theory about why the knight on e3 is good or not good or whatever. So, really, we played it. We did kind of hope this move. This is a. I've gotten hit with it. Everybody that's played against the Scotch has gotten hit with this move. This is a blunder. It allows immediate liquidation, and you have the world's worst pawn structure. Yeah, you kind of have the tripled pawns is rough. Okay. So I did make a mistake here. I should have went here first, attacking the weak pawn. Right. I have seen this before. Sometimes if you can get a knight here, I have done games, blitz games, obviously, where I hit f7 with a fork right after I hit him with the queen, and that is just a painful game. But it's blitz, so I probably still lost it. Anyway, knight f3, so probably an inaccuracy. They get their light squared bishop to kind of an important diagonal, protecting their weak square. This is also common. It's not really getting my king any safer. You really want your king kind of in the center, so this castle might not be best, but it does get my rook immediately in the game with one move, right? So king e7. I don't even know how much talking I did, unfortunately. Pushing my pawns. And then this was to make sure that, say I went here, I didn't want to just lose this pawn, even though that's not a great move because you can always come back and trap your pawn, get your pawn trapped. So you always want to be careful of snagging that pawn. I didn't want to deal with it. Also, they have a light squared bishop. They have no way to attack me on the dark squares. So in the future, this idea is absolutely valid because neither the knight nor the bishop can actually touch me, right? Where would the knight go? Here, here, here. Can't touch me. Here, here. So in the current configuration of the game, this would have been an incredibly safe spot for my king. Instead, I just wanted to go after the pawns and get my pieces active. I think they definitely were looking at this idea, but it just doesn't super work due to. Also, I'm not sure why they moved to this. Maybe solidifying? I don't really know. Maybe they were thinking of maybe doing a pawn storm. Unfortunately, that leads to here, and then a very much not great move was not taking back the piece. And the more unfortunate part is that I could have just defend my piece. So now you can trade the rook for 2 pieces. I'm a pretty solid exchange up at this point, and it's going to be hard to stop me from infiltrating. Right now, you're dealing with like you almost can't go back either, because now I come up and I'm in, right, and then you're back again. Oh man, to which you checkmated. So you can't do that. Let's see, where if you go back this way. I'm stealing another pawn. Actually, no. I'm just going to come here, have you go up, and then I'm going to take your rook. Would I have seen that in game? Probably. Probably. So I think queen b2 could have been, or king b2 could have been better. This wasn't the cleanest. Unfortunately, my opponent just did not play this the right way, allowing me to defend. I just own the light squares. They come in with their pieces, and unfortunately, this was a bit of So here, they're threatening, right, to take my rook, but if I take, you take. Yeah. I'm a pawn up still, but this is not as easy. This is not as easy. And it just seemed that I would rather, and coming here, one, obviously getting out of the way of the pin, because if I say just go here immediately, well, you just take. Takes. Oof. That would have been a hard one, huh? Now what do you do, right? You got to move your rook here. You're still up. So, unfortunately, my opponent's position just wasn't great. I wanted to get this out of the way because if they took, the idea being, if they took, I take back with check. Maybe they come here. I can check again. Say they come here. Wouldn't be the best, but you're still a piece up. Or you don't even have to come over again. You could just king d7 here. Actually, this would be a worse way, because now I've infiltrated and I'm coming after this pawn. These are always sneaky. It doesn't work in this position, but these are sneaky when you can get, like, your king can basically get 2 free moves if this wasn't defended. So, for instance, if I was here, right, you could be like, No, it doesn't work. If I was here, you could throw down like, oh my god. Never mind. My position's too good. Ignore it. Ignore what I said, but those kind of moves where you move your rook behind your king and they don't have a way of contesting the file is always really interesting to me. F5, kind of stopping the plan, right? The plan was if they take, I take, and I have a check, they maybe come over here. This stops it, right? So now if I make a move, takes, this still no longer works because I'm still up, but it's going to be a lot harder. You know, it's two pieces versus a rook. Granted, at this point, I'd be like, I'm going to try and sack a piece for the rook. And should still be winning, though there's a pass pawn. So pass pawns need to be blockaded. That'd be blockaded by a piece. There are pros and cons to, although I am 2 pawns up, I don't think this would be the easiest conversion in the world. Also because my knight is almost trapped. If I didn't have this, it'd be trapped. Which is part of the reason why here, okay, another section to look at was here. I have 2 options. 2 options. And part of the reason I wanted to take this one, I don't think I actually talked about it, is although I do get hit with this fork, which I did not see, funny enough, this is more happy coincidence. Takes, or takes, and I'm still a clean piece up. Was because my knight is... where is it? My knight's kind of dominated by this pawn. Granted, I could get out, but it was just starting to make me nervous that my knight, you know, you're coming in and starting to harass it. And so I thought here, this might be just a little bit better. You're probably still going to come here. But here, I have a lot less options to actually do anything. So I was trying to think of maybe here, but that just... So you'd have to, like, come here, and then now we're looking at... Oh, we're looking at this pawn. Where can you jump? Here. Here. So, like, jumping here. I could take... You could take. The bishop's now pinned. Yeah. I didn't look this far, but... You'd have to maybe come this way. But then again, the knight is starting to get dominant. Now we're... And now I think the knight might just be trapped. So you come here. No. Yeah, the knight's trapped. Here. Check would be interesting. How are we looking there? Coming back this way. If this square was free, you could probably get away with... I'm going to show it. It doesn't work. Something like this. Here. But again, if this knight wasn't here, that'd be a nice tactic. Unfortunately... Wow, I'm still a few pawns up. But that's not how it would work in game. Okay, they would take and take. And I'm a pawn up, but how do you... I mean, this is not, to me, a holdable situation. Anyway, I find this nice move here. Liquidate, and now I'm just a clean piece up, plus a few pawns. Solidify my pawn, and then now it's where do we move our king? Where did I go next? Infiltrate? No. So the idea between this was here to here. It also gets my rook off the back rank. I think a better move would have been here. And then that sidelines come in here, protecting, and now this you have to come off of it, and I get a pawn. You can't. You could check, but I would actually just come here, which is kind of the power of and you can't check here, can't check here, you can't go here. I mean, maybe you could go here, but not really, because I can come here, right? What are we doing? You got to get off of the rank. Takes, sure, takes. Here. 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 Yeah, nah, this is still, I mean, even if you were to try something like this, I have, it's the problem with this position is the promotion square is on a light square. So I'm going to put, I'm going to put my rook to A8. I mean, let's just put it on the board, right? Rook to A8. Keep going. Sure. And now we have a problem, right? You'd have to get on a light square. And then the issue becomes, well, let's see here. It becomes here, right? How do we navigate this? You have to come off of this square. And so we take, and then that's not counting the fact that I can just trade off your piece here, and 3 pawns and a bishop are gonna win. How long's the video? Okay, let's do a quick computer analysis right here at the end, and then we will get the show on the road. And then I'll look at. After this is done, I'll look at my opening to see if, 95%. Dang. Okay, so D6. Yeah, this is, I figured this is known. E6 is best. F3, protecting, D6. And so now, by the way, this doesn't work quite the way you would want, because you can actually just take. Actually, yeah, takes, here, you may have to go up or something, and you lose castling rights, and it's even, and it's nasty, and it's the worst. Okay, so D6, for those of you playing against the Scotch, just so you know, you are supposed to, I believe, come here next to develop with a threat that they have to stop. And if they really want to, I'll make that trade all day. You have the world's worst pawn structure, so good luck. So C4, and they usually have to come back. and then you just you continue your development. You can castle. I don't think you have to necessarily castle, but yeah. Okay, so, and we are able to, it looks like, bishop e2. Yeah, okay, so bishop e2 I figured. Knight a4, going after the pawn, a5, knight c5, knight f6. It's funny that you wouldn't just take this immediately, right? A3. What? Crazy. These computers are crazy. All right. Anyway, let's see. A4 takes the pawn, takes, and then yeah, this was I would probably say this is a blunder because you're not gonna. Okay. Oh, the computer likes this move because you're attacking the rook. E8, E4, E1. Interesting. F6, yeah, because you don't want to get hit. And then D7 check. G6, you're kind of just trying to run out. Oh, F6. Yeah, that was bad. Okay. Yeah, so we were kind of right. And this was another one, right? Not taking back allows for a discovered check. It looks like I may have went the correct way. How was there a difference, right? And how big of a difference was there? Hey, I took the right way. Yeah, and we found the best move. Now, I would personally have taken the bishop because the board is opening so much. The knight is going to be a little bit less effective than the bishop. Yeah, and then that's pretty quick. Let's see, how bad was this one? 6? Doesn't matter. Oh, interesting. Still doesn't matter. We're here. Doesn't matter. Maybe you even take. Doesn't matter. You're back up. I take. You're here. Interesting. I wonder what the thread is. Oh, well. Anyway. Just interesting idea. And then they take and they resign. And that's perfectly fine. We played a pretty good game. And this is one of the very few rare cases where a little bit of knowing the opening did a lot. Kind of knowing about this. Hope you enjoyed the video. We are at 1596. So hopefully soon we can crest the 1700 mark, which if you go by that would be close to 1300 chesscom if we're trying to average it out. Oh, 1604. Never mind. I got sickness. All right, we'll talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good one. Bye.